What's up? Today we got Cobra Kai Season 5, Episode 5, Extreme Measures. So this episode starts off at the Cobra Kai dojo where we see Tori and the other Cobra Kai training. But that's when Stingray walks in. And Terry's like, "Hey guy, let me give a chance to talk to Stingray." And he's like, "Stingray, you are a loyal soldier, dude. You helped me after your vicious attack from ex-sensei John Cree." And she's like, and he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, I got a gift for you." And then we see the Cobra Kai Challenger roll up. And he's like, "Wait a minute, isn't that Johnny's car from Season 2? And he's like, "Yeah, that was Johnny's. He found it at an impound auction, and now it will be Stingray's." So someone found that on a beach, bought it, and then waited it there for Terry to give it to Stingray. Mind blown. Because the last time we saw the Cobra Kai Challenger was at Season 2, at the end of Season 2, where Johnny threw his liquor bottle at it and left it in the beach. So I left it at the beach. So does that mean someone bought it? Someone got Terry's car guy at an impound auction, was struggling by a beach, found it, bought it, and gave it to Terry so he could eventually, at some point, give it to Stingray. Wow, that plan was a really kind of interesting plan. So then we see that Terry has Silver has a gi waiting for Stingray. Has a gi waiting for Stingray. So then we have that. So then we're at Daniel's house, where we see Daniel moping about, as Daniel does. We see Daniel moping about, as he does. And we see, and we see him, saying how Amanda's gone and he has no one, and Chosen's there saying, Chosen's like, Daniel's son, we have to do this. So he's like, there's something, then he sees a newspaper about Kreese in jail, saying Kreese is in jail. And it says, Kreese is in jail and it says Stingray guilty under Stingray's photo. And Daniel's like, this could be just Silver trying to mess with him again. And he's not, but Chosen's like, or Daniel, this could be someone trying to send you a message. And we could use this message as a way to take down Silver. So, yeah. So, meanwhile, we're at Amanda's. Amanda's at her mom's house. Yeah. Her mom never appears again, she could, but, yeah. But then they get a knock on the door from Jessica Andrews, Daniel's friend from Karate Kid 3. And Amanda's cousin. Randomly. So she mentions about how she bought some cheese for Daniel. They're saying Sam says Daniel didn't come with them. And then they're like, oh yeah, I could just leave it with Amanda's mom. We never see Amanda's mom again. So anyway. Oh yeah, so meanwhile with Johnny's trying to get Miguel and Robbie to become friends again. Trying to get them to become friends, because after the incident at the water park. But Miguel and Robbie, they're still not They don't want to become friends. But Johnny has but Johnny says, once you try a good breadstick, it'll make all your problems leave. So anyway, so yeah, so Daniel and Chosen are doing some intel, and that's when they see Sting rolling up to Stingray's house, because since Stingray helped Silver arrest Creed, Silver gave Stingray a new apartment. Yeah, from that other apartment that we saw him in the last season, Silver got him a new one. And Daniel, yeah, and Daniel is like, so Daniel is like, what is Stingray doing in what is Raymond or Stingray doing in Johnny's old car? So they confront him. He lies, saying Silver is a nice and honorable guy because he's too busy buying Silver bucks to So he's like, but Daniel's like, Silver is evil, and you need to realize that. So, but they actually pushes Stingray into his Xbox, breaking it. PlayStation, breaking it. And he's like, oh no, my PlayStation. And he's like, I don't care about your PlayStation. But then Chosen's like, let's go, Daniel. And he's like, that guy is obviously bought with Silver's payroll. And he's like, Daniel, that guy is no Stingray. He is Turtle. If you attack him, he will further deep into shell. And he's like, yeah, that proves that guy's bought with Silver. That guy's a little Silver. So, and he's like, but I got someone else who can help. So then he goes to Johnny, who obviously doesn't want to help. He goes to Johnny, he's like, Johnny, I need your help dealing with Silver. And he's like, dude, I want to help you, man. I watched Cobra Kai years ago, and he's like, after a tournament, and he's like, dude, you created Cobra, you reopened Cobra Kai, you opened Pandora's box. And Johnny's like, dude, I don't know what Pandora is or what's in her box, but I don't need her help. But I got too much to deal with. Oh, Johnny, we love you. And he's like, what's going on, man? You're drinking. As Amanda, I don't think Amanda would let you leave the house if she caught you drinking. And he's like, well, Amanda's not here. She's at her mom's. Thanks to Silver. He's like, dude, I don't need Johnny 2.0. I need Johnny Classic. And he's like, Johnny Classic? And he's like, yeah, what if it was what if back then it was no points? I would definitely beat you if there was no points. So then Johnny decided, why not do that thing with Miguel and Robbie? So he gets Miguel and Robbie out there after 2 attempts. First attempt, he tried to lock them in, which failed. After he destroyed the key, he tried to after he destroyed the key, the only thing which failed. So he decides, maybe let's have them fight it out, get them out of their system, and then they'll become friends. But Miguel and Robbie take it too far. They immediately fight. And yeah, Johnny should have lost. As Cass says, in one of their videos, Johnny really didn't want Miguel and Robbie to fight up into the stairs. He should have locked the stairs so they wouldn't have a chance to fight. But since Johnny didn't try that, they get up into the balcony where even though Johnny tried to tell them to stop, they continue to fight it out. Until Miguel's about to pull what Robbie did back in season 2 about kick him off the balcony, until Miguel stops himself from doing that. And Robbie's like, why'd you stop yourself? And he's like, I got into this whole cry thing to be badass and to find balance, not hurt people. And he's like, and I didn't want to recreate the season 2 fight. And he's like, yeah, speaking of the season 2 fight, Robbie's like, yeah, I had tunnel vision. I didn't know where I was. I was just mad. I didn't I was mad. It created the worst time of your life and the worst time of mine. He's like, yeah. He's like, you want to be friends now, Miguel? And Miguel's like, sure. So then Johnny's like, hey, you two friends now? And he's like, yeah, he's like, yeah. He's like, well, I didn't know what happened. I didn't know what the baby would say. And Robbie's like, Miguel's like, excuse me, did you just say baby? And he's like, you meant Carmen and you, his mom and Johnny? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, and then, and he's like, well, you gotta act surprised. And he's like, holy crap. Or it's like that. And Robbie's like, that's great. So they hug it out. Miguel and Robbie, after that, are both eating dinner at Miguel's mom's house, being friends. So that was the end. Not the end of the episode, because we still have more stuff to deal with. But that's the end of the Robbie and Miguel beef. Yeah, see if I feel... Yeah. That's the end of the Robbie and Miguel rivalry. So anyway, now let's cut to the Amanda and Jessica stuff. So Amanda, Jessica, Sam, and Anthony all go to this play where they run into the mean girl from Sam's high, from Amanda's high school, who reveals Amanda's original true name is Amanda Steiner. I'm sorry, it's just so funny every time I reveal the name Steiner. Every time I hear the name Steiner. It's just so funny. Amanda Steiner. So, yeah. So she's like, hey, I know there must be a real reason why Daniel didn't come on to this trip. And he's like, yeah, I guess their marriage started falling apart ever since he came back to karate, and now she's worried that every time she worried that another one from Daniel's past has come back, and she's like, now it's Terry Silver, and she's like, are you telling me, did you say Terry Silver? And Amanda's like, you know Terry Silver? And she's like, yeah, he tormented Daniel back in 1985. He pretended to be his mentor and his friend. And then he has Mike Barnes and his lackeys beat up Daniel, destroys Bond's store, hurt her, and that was all caused a rift between Mr. Miyagi. Daniel and Mr. Miyagi eventually got over it and became friends again and was able to win tournament of that year. But Daniel was able to get over it. But she's like, if he's able to get over it then, he's able to get over it now. And she's like, I don't think he was ever able to get over it. So, yeah. So now Amanda is officially now on Daniel's side. Now she knows the truth of who Terry Silver really is. But then Amanda's high school bullies try to fight her. Jessica feels like she wants to murder that blonde girl. The way she's pulling her hair like this. It feels like she wants to murder her. Jessica, I know she probably bullied you, but does she deserve to get her head pulled off? Or her hair ripped out? I don't know what's up with Jessica. I think Jessica just revealed that she has a secret murder side that we didn't even know about. So yeah. But then that's when Sam comes in and beats them all up. So yeah, but Sam also reveals to Anthony reveals to Sam about how he used to bully Kenny and how Kenny won't stop with the revenge. Because the video of Sam of Kenny kicking Anthony into the pool has now become viral. So yeah. After that, they're talking about how Sam gets her protectance from both her parents, and she's like, oh yeah. And she's like, now she finally understands why Daniel doesn't like Terry Silver. And she's like, are you? And she's like, she just gave him really, she even has nightmares about Terry Silver sometimes. So meanwhile, back with Daniel, he decides Yeah, Johnny tells Carmen about the fact that it was LaRusso's idea, and now Miguel and Robbie are friends. Daniel goes to Stingray's house, and goes to Stingray's house to fight Stingray's house to get a new PlayStation, but that's when he's ambushed by Silver, who is like, really, dude, you tried to get his fighter to turn on, Stingray to turn on him, and he's like, no one's only trying to talk to him. And he's like, yeah, right. And he's like, dude, I tried to leave you alone like you said, but you just won't leave it alone, Daniel. You just won't leave my business alone. So guess what? What I'm going to do is that I'm going to get Cobra cookies around both their children. So that's when Daniel's like, yo, dude, you shouldn't have said that. And they get into a fight with Silver, ends up winning, and he's like, Daniel, Daniel does surrender, saying, dude, I don't want the valley. I have bigger plans. I have bigger plans for Reseda instead of just the valley. So then he's like, but Daniel, I do want you alive to see what my plans for the valley are. You can't just surrender, bro. So, and that kind of ends the episode. Daniel defeated, alive but defeated. Amanda's real name is revealed. And Chosen was going to go back to Okinawa until he learned what Daniel had been. And also it's revealed that also in another scene, we see Tori monologuing over the fact that she has to lie to her boyfriend, lie that she's really afraid of Terry Silver. She's the one that sent Daniel the note about Chris lying about. And then we see Johnny walk into the LaRusso household with Tori, with Amanda, and Chosen. And then we see Chris, who said, it's not over. There's no end game, kid. It isn't the end game until Terry Silver is brought down. Terry Silver is defeated. Boom, Chris is back into the story. So anyway, that's it for this video. And remember to strike first, strike hard, and no mercy. And I'll see you next time for some more Cobra Kai. And remember, Cobra Kai never dies.